Welcome back to the Final 24 Hours channel, the channel that takes you deep inside the last day on Earth of the world's most famous and infamous figures. We uncover what really happened in their final 24 hours alive. Today's video will be the final 24 hours in the life of Frankie Lymon. The final 24 hours of Frankie Lymon begin in New York City in February of 1968. He is 25 years old. Once one of the most famous teenage voices in America, now largely forgotten by the industry that built him too fast and left him behind even faster. Morning arrives without fanfare. Frankie wakes in a small apartment, far removed from the screaming crowds and flashing lights of his childhood fame. The voice that once carried innocence and joy across the world now belongs to a man worn down by years of instability, addiction, and disappointment. As a teenager, Frankie Lymon became an overnight sensation. Why Do Fools Fall in Love turned him into a global star before he was old enough to understand contract, money, or the consequences of fame. Adults made decisions, corporations made profits. Frankie sang. By his mid-20s, the spotlight was gone. In the late 1960s, the music world had moved on. New sounds dominated the charts. Frankie struggled to find footing as an adult artist, competing against the image frozen in the public's memory. The smiling boy in a suit, not the man standing in front of them now. Throughout the day, Frankie drifts between moments of clarity and despair. Friends later recalled that he talked about getting clean, about starting over, about rebuilding his life. He had recently married, hoping stability might anchor him. But addiction does not loosen its grip easily. Money is tight. Opportunities are rare. The phone does not ring with offers. For someone who once lived inside constant attention, the silence feels unbearable. In the afternoon, Frankie moves through the city anonymously. People pass him without recognition, unaware they are walking past a voice that once defined a generation of American pop music. There are no cameras, no interviews, no applause. The weight of lost potential hangs heavy. As evening approaches, the city grows louder. But Frankie's world now is addiction, untreated mental health struggles, and years of exploitation converge into a familiar cycle. The industry that profited from his youth offered little support when the spotlight faded. Sometime during the night, Frankie uses heroin. By morning, Frankie Lymon is dead. The news spreads quietly. There is no national mourning, no emergency retrospectives. He is buried in a pauper's grave. In the years that follow, his story becomes a cautionary tale. A symbol of how fame can destroy when it arrives too early and leaves too quickly, of how child stars are celebrated, consumed, and discarded. The final 24 hours of Frankie Lymon reveal not a fallen star, but a system that failed a child and forgot the man he became. His life ended quietly, but his voice never did. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will be instantly notified of new videos. See you on the next one.